Coming up, Governor Andy Beshear looks ahead to the inauguration and the next 4 years.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Governor Andy Beshear will officially begin his second term in office next week. Inauguration Day is 1 week from today. And with just 7 days left, the governor is reflecting on the past and looking ahead to the next 4 years. Grayson Passmore has more from the governor.
We're a week away from the 62nd gubernatorial inauguration day, where Governor Andy Beshear will be sworn in for his second term. But Beshear is already looking much farther ahead.
Well, our theme is forward together, not to the right, not to the left, but forward and all of us together.
Beshear sat down with WKYT's Bill Bryant during Kentucky Newsmakers. He said to really understand the inauguration's theme, forward together, you first have to look back at the past 4 years and how the people of the Commonwealth overcame adversity after adversity.
You're going to see the parade is going to have every county impacted by the flooding or by the tornadoes, going to have our emergency management, our National Guard, going to have representatives from Blue Oval and some of our other major economic wins. It's certainly going to tell a story of a really unique period of time that we've lived through, from tragedy to triumph.
All while looking ahead to the next 4 years to come.
And how we can and should get there together. And I think we will. Listen, I watched my dad do this, and I'm still grateful to have his advice. His second term, the temperature was a lot further down than the first. You know, everything some legislative leaders say about me, they said about him in the first term.
Andy says he's feeling optimistic about the future.
So I'm willing to meet with anyone. I look forward to talking with everyone.
Especially as he looks ahead to passing bills that could include pay raises for teachers, universal pre-K, or early crime intervention and reentry programs that he promised throughout his campaign. In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
And again, Inauguration Day is next Tuesday, December 12th.
We are tracking some more spotty showers and maybe a few snowflakes as we go into this evening. Let's take a live look at First Alert Pinpoint Doppler. You can see some more spotty showers, but notice radar is trying to indicate maybe a few snow flurries or some wintry mix over portions of southern Harlan County, also into Lee County and Wise County in southwest Virginia. And here is a live look from UVA-wise. You can see that current temperature is above freezing barely at 34 degrees as some showers continue to fall over in Wise County at this hour. Now elsewhere, we are tracking some rain showers in the Cumberland Valley, also into the Big Sandy Valley, raining in Pikeville at this hour, also down into portions of Mingo and Logan counties as well. Now, as those temperatures continue to fall, we could see possibly a little bit more of a changeover from that rain to some wintry mix and some snowflakes. Now, temperatures right now in the upper 30s and lower 40s, up to 38 for Pikeville, also Jackson, 41 for London, also Somerset. And as we go into tonight, those temperatures do stay above freezing in the middle to upper 30s. But again, we are watching out for maybe a few snow flurries or light snow showers. Those details plus your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. An Amber Alert for a 10-year-old girl in Lawrenceburg has been canceled. Kentucky State Police were looking for Zoe Price. They found her safe. They say she left with her biological father. A man accused of driving drunk and causing a deadly crash in Laurel County last week was in court today. Wesley Allen is charged with murder in the death of Fred Johnson. Deputy Brad Mink testified that Allen hit Johnson head-on. Johnson died at the scene. The deputy said Allen told first responders he was drinking during the day and then at a restaurant before the crash.
Under Miranda warning and consenting to give a statement, Wesley Allen said that he had been working on the farm all day with animals, and while working he had consumed beer throughout the day.
Allen also admitted to cell phone use while driving just before the crash. Search warrants have been issued for his phone records. Allen will be in court again on January 19th when indictments will be unveiled. A Leslie County man was arrested on charges related to a child sexual abuse material investigation. 38-year-old Michael Joseph Lewis was found, interviewed, and arrested following the undercover Internet Crimes Against Children investigation. Police began that investigation after they found Lewis shared sexually explicit pictures of juveniles online. Lewis was charged with 5 counts of matter portraying a minor more than the age of 12 in a sexual performance and 5 counts of matter portraying a minor less than the age of 12 in a sexual performance. He was taken to the Leslie County Jail. We now know when family and friends will say their final goodbyes to legendary coach Billy Hicks. The funeral for the Harlan County native will be Sunday, December 10th at 1 p.m. It will be in the Scott County High School gym. Hicks died Sunday night. He is the winningest high school basketball coach in Kentucky history. He coached at Everett, Harlan, and Corbin before spending 25 years at Scott County. He was 71. The first phase of a coast-to-coast EV charging network will be along I-75 in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Georgia. The pilot company and General Motors announced today that charging stations will be available by the end of the year at Pilot and Flying J locations in Georgetown and Williamsburg in Kentucky. Pilot says the stations will be well lit, covered by canopies, and monitored by staff at all times. A higher education partnership received a grant for promoting STEM education in rural Appalachia. Administrators at the University of Virginia's College at Wise and the Southeast Kentucky Community and Technical College are working to increase STEM-related opportunities in the region. UVA Wise professor Karen Carter says they received a planning grant that will then lead them to connecting students with industries.
We want to give them connections as far as, maybe I need a background check. Well, what does that mean? So we've got pathways now that we can start those background checks before you even get to the company. So, it makes yourself look more inviting, more knowledgeable when you go into those interviews.
Carter says they want to equip students with a wider range of skills while opening their eyes to fields already explored and being introduced. The WYMT Food City Mountain Classic Scholarship Awards ceremony took place this afternoon, celebrating the minds of the mountains. Scholarship recipients gathered at the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg for the annual awards luncheon, enjoying a meal before being recognized on stage. Those involved say the event is only possible because of the donors and sponsors, which students say is a good reminder that their communities are full of people who want them to overcome every obstacle.
Because without them, this isn't possible, and again, it ruins the morale and the spirit of everybody, and it makes you not feel like anything's worth doing. And it's like, if you have someone that's able to support you, you know that what you're working for isn't for nothing.
The event celebrated 124 scholarships, and 2 more will be awarded on championship night, recognizing the second largest number of awardees since the committee's inception. Education leaders are trying to spread the word about changes to student financial aid. Applications open later this month for the new FAFSA form. The form is one of the main ways future college students can apply for financial help. Kentucky's Council on Post-Secondary Education says the new form is simpler. Eligibility for Pell Grants, which students do not have to pay back, has also changed. The form opens December 31st. Families can learn more at studentaid.gov. Rising anti-Semitism on college campuses took center stage on Capitol Hill today. Several university presidents testified before the House about how they've responded to tensions that have erupted on their campuses after the October 7th terror attacks ignited a war between Hamas and Israel. CBS's Skylar Henry reports from Capitol Hill.
Presidents of several of the most prestigious universities were asked to explain an alarming outbreak of anti-Semitism on campus.
Today, each of you will have a chance to answer to and atone for the many specific instances of vitriolic, hate-filled anti-Semitism on your respective campuses.
We are deeply committed to protecting free expression, even of views that we find objectionable and outrageous and offensive.
During heated questioning by New York Republican Elise Stefanik, Harvard University professor Dr. Claudine Gay cited free expression and said the school consistently enforces its rules of conduct.
Does that speech not call for the genocide of Jews and the elimination of Israel?
When
You testify that you understand that is the definition of intifada.
The presidents of the University of Pennsylvania and MIT also testified about anti-Semitism on their campuses. Separately, House Speaker Mike Johnson hosted Jewish college students who spoke out about what they've encountered at their schools.
I was forced to leave my study group for my doctoral exams halfway through the semester because my group members told me that the people at the Nova Music Festival deserved to die because they were partying on stolen land.
At NYU, I hear calls to gas the Jews, and I am told that Hitler was right.
I, along with most of campus, sought refuge in our rooms. As classmates and professors chanted proudly for the genocide of Jews while igniting smoke bombs and defacing school property.
Penn and Harvard are among a growing list of schools that also include Columbia and Cornell, now under investigation by the Department of Education over incidents of alleged discrimination. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Other schools the Department of Education is investigating include Wellesley College in Massachusetts, Lafayette College in Pennsylvania, and Cooper Union in New York City. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, this year has seen more mass shootings in the U.S. than any other time in history. A new call to action on Capitol Hill.
Plus, after snow showers tonight, we are watching out for some above average weather by this weekend. Your first alert forecast coming up.